Welcome back to Gary Grigsby's World at War. It is a world divided, as you can see up here. I will not say that all the way. I will just call it World of War every time. But there is a game, World of War, made before this and was discontinued. But if you bought that on Matrix Games, you can still play it, of course. And I did. I have that game. But there you actually had a difference. You already had Poland when you started. So you started actually where you had to attack France, and you didn't have any spies and stuff like that. It's a little bit different. Still the same, but I think this is better. Also, all the mods and stuff made to this game, but sometimes you want it easier. This is like Axis and Allies, and last time I explained all the different functions up here. And now it will be the map explanation. I also explained the game, and it is really good game. You have the whole world here. You have China, Japan, even the neutral areas, and they will change like the history events. And you got Australia here with different production also, but Australia will be like British. They will not have their own color and territory. It'll just be the British get the points. Maybe they could do that. The Australian gets the points. They could also say India gets the points, but again, that was not India. It was British, but Australia especially, and also the you can see the Netherlands here, and Belgium is one piece. But that's probably just one of the areas where Australia was. They had the same troops, but they use a lot of the population in this war here. And when they were pressured down here, they moved them away from their home country, or for the England and France stuff, going down here to protect here against the Japanese invasion. So, and you see here the Americans out here. They'll not have that much in the beginning, but look at all those transport. They have a lot of transport, and you can always see how many units they're having. That you will be able to see here. The first one here. They got 58 and ready to produce one transport. 58 transport. Look at that compared with the English also. 0 from China, 3 from Russia, 11, 12 nearly from Japanese, and only 4 from Germany. So that is a lot. And all these white areas is neutral, and neutral factions, as you can see here. Also, Italy has neutral factions. They also have ships out, and they have more ships than the Germans have, of course, especially in the Mediterranean. But again, last time I told you about the miners, and they got a lot of miners, not in battleships and not in light fleet, as I said, destroyers, but in fighters and bombers and a lot of other stuff. You can see later when we start to have production. Italy will not be a separate country. They could be that, but they have not in this. They are working with the Germans here. Here we can press on the area, and you can see where they can move. This is the tank, and you can see the yellow square. That will mean the tank. It can move in like this, but they will not be able to attack if they move in. So they will just pass there, and they will have opportunity to attack, and then we'll go in here and attack. Of course, you will not attack Russia in summer 49. You could do it, and they will get production right away, and you will have problems both sides. What you should do is this one will not be, you should not attack it, doesn't really matter. The Russians will move in and take this area and the Riga, and you can see there's no production in it, and there's no production here. The green button in the bottom, you can see the green is meaning that it's functional, and it can be yellow, it's half functional, and red not functional. And that is it's actually a picture of a train. That's what I call infrastructure. And here you got 2, but no production, no raw materials, but you got that here. You got 1 industrial complex, and you got 2 raw materials, but they are like, can also be yellow half working and red not working at all. And of course, when you attack it, it will be red, all of them, and also the infrastructure, the rail guides there. And if you have seen my World at War, the first one, I also said that there was some differences where if you look at the units, the way they can attack. Each unit has different attack values, and you can see the research here and the attack values here, and also evasion here. That will not be shown on this map, but you got something else. If you see up here, you got a star when you choose the plane. The star can be like silver, like this, then a half star, that's a star, and can always also be gold star, and that means experience. They will be really experienced. So the fighters here, the two fighters is highly experienced, as you can see. Not highly, just medium experienced. Probably got that from the campaign in here down in Spain, and you can see Spain is axe learning. That means they will give you half some of the points there. You can also see here that axe learning, no, they won't give anything. That's 0. Here you will see you will get 10 axe learning points. That supplies, and here you will get 10 also pro-act, and here you will get 10 more. I think that will be 30 in all when you get that points. You will see that a little bit later. Axe learning 0, and here it's also 10. Here it's 10, and here it's actually balanced, but that will change later. They will try to make a coup. And pro-axe is also in Albania, because Italy here has actually occupied Albania, and you can also see down here, this is also Italy, and they get 3 infantry here, and that's pro-axe also. That's just a one war material, that's why that was a good place, and this is Belgium occupied, stuff like that. So you can see the troops here, the different, and you can attack. I will use the tanks here. I cannot even move them over. I need to have transport out and move them over, so I can attack right there. That's one tank going in. I will not attack that area, because when you get this, they will not be able to escape, and they will not have any industrial. They have to have industrial complex to be able to repair them or get them up. If there are no industrial complex, they will just go away and die. Here I will use all what we got here. Mostly because then you can move. This bomber here will be able, or fighter bomber will be able to get. But if you look at the prediction here, you can see the population, stuff like that. But in this, the square here, you can see projected attack losses 3.79 and projected defense losses. That's what you chose in the beginning in the setup of what you want to see the points here. Let's see here. That's this show up fire interdict points. I think that is what you get there. Show opportunity fire index points, and that's of course really important. And the other one is when you try to press ships through, like going like this, and then will show you it's not a good idea up fire, and will say no, I will not move that over there. So here you can always see how many points you get. Okay, so they expect them to lose 4. You should not lose 3.79. So you put more in, and then it's changed to see 3.81. But they have risen quite higher to 3.89. You can always put it back. So you left click and down with it, and right click to move away, and you left click again, and then you take the plane, and then you left click with the plane and left click again to move it away, and right click to get away from the picture there. If you right click, then it's just attack version. So left click, right click to move away, left click again to move it, click up, left click, and left click here, and right click to move away. I hope you understand that. You can just try that too. And you can see the difference here. And let's see here if that works. Then it's going down like if you have a plane in here. Because they also have planes. And there are 5 infantry, but you can see it's -1. Also the anti-aircraft is -2. The plane is -1 also. The Polish fleet planes were not that good. You could just attack here. And it goes up to 5 and your points will 3. Sometimes you will not get that up there. Because you think it's too much. It goes down a little bit. But again, it cost. Look at that. Over in this right side here, you can see it cost 1 movement to get in. So you also have to think of the supplies there. And you can also do this, and that will also cost. And you can see the losses change a little bit. So sometimes it will not be that good to use that. Sometimes it changes because then you have too many planes and they have too much anti-aircraft plus a plane in there. So it's better just to have one. You can also maybe see if it's even better just to have this like this, but it's not, as you can see. It's good with forces, and you also want to have them to get some experience here. That's also really important. But also think of the movement points over here. Because you need to build it up. And again, one more tank. Look at the difference there. Whoa, it fails a lot with the attack forces losses, and raise 1 with that there. And then you can also use these artillery. But you also need to think of France, and this will cost resource to move over there to France. But what you can do is actually use the rail like this. Put them up there, use the rail, and say, oh, but I only want to go halfway. And then you save those points there. You can only use that if you use the tank to do that. That will not be possible because tanks will be able to move. Yeah, you can do that. But normally it will be able to move 2. So you could actually do the same with the tank. Normally the tank will be able to move 2 areas. So it will not be shown like that, but you can. I'm not deceiving them. Maybe that's a fix something where I didn't see that when it happened. Here you got the planes. This is the heavy bomber. It can move 3 zones. Normally I could do this, and you can see it goes down up to 7. It's 3.05 and 6.05. And then you can move it in, and then it's raised a little bit more, and so, maybe it's not that good. And here it fills a lot because you get this in 2. 3 and 6.25. So you got an extra. So you could do that, but again, remember all these points you're using over here. You need them. You will need them later on, especially when you attack France. And you will not get that many. You will get 30 from Italy, and you will get them, but you will use a lot of them points to research and to build. So everything has to function. Let's see here. You got 5 infantry. I will use 3 like this, and get all 3 up here. This I can't do this, so I will use all of them here. And also, look at that company. That has changed a lot. I could also put 1 more in here and get some more experience, but that's 192 and 1060. Let's see if we move that away. $183 and 1030. So it's probably okay to put that over there and then do this. Okay, not that one. I will probably use that a little bit later. But this one. This will be good enough. And you can see here there's also a submarine has a little bit of experience. And now there's 8 here. And this should be okay. And there's nothing in Berlin. But remember, that is a really good thing. This is Western Europe. Oh, West Germany and Eastern Germany. If you look at the production here, where does it come in after the turn? So the Eastern Germany will still get 1 tank and 1 plane, but that will not be for next turn. But they will get 1 airborne, if you remember to right click, so it's not. So there will be 1 airborne here to protect. So it could be doing like this. So you're not. It's not all empty. And the Western Germany, these soldiers can only move 1 area, and you also have to look how much will you get in Western Germany. You'll get 2, 1 tank, and and next time you'll get 1 more tank. That's really good. So we can actually get a fighter and 2, and that's 3 extra units. So you will get like 10 men and 1 tank. Why I will not attack with the men here? I could do that, and maybe that is a little bit stupid, but so we get experience. But it will cost extra points to attack and supplies, and you will also need them next time to move in. And a lot of these units needs to be moved in again afterwards. Maybe I should just take 1. Maybe I will just see if how the difference is. 1, 8, 3, 10. It's not that much, as you can see. I could do 1 more. It's not a big change. That changed a little bit more. And of course, if I had these artillery, that is a big change. 116. But again, it do not do that much. And the change here, I think it's important to have these troops up here. Maybe, let's see how much. 162. Okay, this is actually quite a lot. And probability of attack 100%. Should take attack 20 for combined arms bonus. Okay, because there's a lot of combined arms. That's why this plane was really good to use that, but it's combined arms, as you can see. 162, 11, 18, and then use that. Then you got less in attack losses because it's combined. This is both bombers, tactical bombers, and fighters. Let's just take the attack here, but this is the big attack you're using in the west here. You can also do this and get this up here, and then say get that over there and use it, and not think of Yugoslavia for the first time in some of these turns. But let's see what's going on here. Let's just pause it a bit. Here you see a damage. Western Allied flank is destroyed. Okay. The first one I had to stop that. It says Hungary became pro-axe. Because we take Poland, they've got pro-axe, so we get more supply points for them. Let's see here what it says down here. It says that they damaged the 2 infantry and 1 anti-aircraft. And that said it could not be fixed because there's no industrial, like I said before, there's no industrial complex in these areas to fix it, because we just conquered that, and they have no place to retreat to, or have no transport to remove away, so they could not get anything out. They would just lose them. So these are just lost. This is our German troop. He is damaged. He will be fixed. He will not be lost, so you don't have to use extra. And here, this is just destroyed. Nothing happened. That's the 2 militia and 3 infantry. And the plane was destroyed, and because they couldn't go away from that. So let's just go up and look at the battle losses. You can see that here. You can see they had 1 plane and 5 men and 2, and then 1 Yeah, this is the forces here, damaged and destroyed. But you can still look at the damage here. If you press on this one, you'll actually be able to see that. Where's the plane? I'm not sure about the plane. The plane's just disappeared on the map or something like that. They have nothing in. They have not fixed anything here. That's not possible to fix anything. And they have destroyed 7 and 1. So that means they destroyed that. And you can see here 1 fixed. And how can you see the fixed? You can see it actually right here. It's black. So it'll take 1 production and 1 turn. It will take 1 industry. It's already fallen from 10 to 9 because. And you cannot right click. If you right click, you can actually remove it normally and then you get point back. But again, this is not the production turn, is the movement turn. So right now you can do this. Right click on fixing resources here. And I will do that because it's important to get all this. But look at the points here. It costs 5. And I will take 1. Now there's only 42 left. The tank can move 1 in here. Both of them. And the planes have moved back again. You cannot get them in. They actually always move back. Except these, because they can move further ahead. You can move them in there. You can also look if you've got anyone here with experience. And you can see 1 infantry got experience. And that is okay, but it's not a lot. Sometimes you'll get more. This was experience beforehand. And no tank got experience, and that was also experience beforehand, and nothing else. So it was not that good of experience. Mostly just infantry. 1 infantry unit got experience. And why I fixed this rail is because I can move them over next time instead of using extra. I need to move them around this rail area. And you also got this sub, and you can move it up here. It said, whoa, planes, but they're not that good. You just said yes anyway in the beginning. And you can see no damage and no destroyed. So it's out there with the, and you can see probability of success. Protect, fender, okay, that's a little bit weird, but normally you got like protect attacker losses 001 and defenders is like that. It's just damaged, it's not destroyed. You want it to be destroyed. And this is really, really irritating. +1, so already now, as I said in the last one, there we go, they got 1 now towards this. That's not good, especially not when it's only fixed. But one thing that was really good, look at that. They got experience for that. And that was really good to have 1 sub in the beginning, because it takes some time to get the research up on subs. You can see here torpedoes and evasion. Torpedoes will be one that you get them sunk, and evasion is good against their light fleet and destroyers here, but not that good anyway, because when they attack with 7 or 8. You will not be able to retreat. Mostly you just have to get away from them. But really, to get that point there, that is really nice. I always move down in Atlantic here. That is really nice to have a star there. So when you get that destroyed or removed or repaired, then it goes a little bit down. So that was a good move anyway, except that you will really want a maximum perfect move. Will of course be, you will get this transport, and you will not get any repair units here, and you will get a lot more of people to get experience. But normally you don't get more than 1 or 2 units. This is really nice to have this star here. That will happen, of course, also because the German subs are really good. But then there's nothing more here. In the first turn you don't have anything more to do. You will of course get more and more, especially when you attack here and these troops, and a lot of this will happen. But the German turn in the beginning here is not that much. I could also put these ships out, but look at that. It will cost for the turn here. That will cost 1. But if I move them over here, No, I will not. No. So I will move them again. I cannot move them back if I'm doing that. Then I get points. It will cost 4 or 5 points to get these ships because of fuel and stuff like that. So I will probably just move this in here. And you see that didn't cost me anything because you don't not pay for you only pay once, and then why not just use it over there? You will not be able to get in and to get it over here, this area here. But this, as you can see, this plane attacked one and then moved back, and then you can move it in here. And they attacked one and they have to go back. So they can never stay in this territory. Like in Action Allies, if you play that, you can never stay with planes in the same territory, just attack. So you have to move them back. And this one had a lot of movement. That's why it could actually, it also got back there, and we can also move in there. So it will be easier next time to go out 1, 2 and attack some fleet here. So this was the turn, and let's end the turn here. Exit the phase, you always get that. Here, pause this, and that's what I like to have these reports. You can see this is the resources sent from Italy. There's 2 from one of the small countries, and that's 30 for northern Italy. It says that northern Italy sent 2 and 30 because they had a lot of production. Southern Italy said 1 and 10. Yugoslavia says 1 to Western Germany 2. That's a little bit funny, and maybe of course I move that. It's just 1. It's nothing really. Romania says 4, 1, 5, and Hungary, Albania says 1. It's not that much. It's just because Italy is pro-axe and not just axe learning. That's why it has that. Yugoslavia was like pro-axe with the king, but the government made a coup, and that will happen a little later, I think. So now it's production time. And I cannot move. You can see move only in moon phase. So I will not be able to move. So remember to move before this, because else we will, I can't move. Cannot move. I cannot press anything around here. Not even transport. You also got transport. Nothing can be moved. But then it's time for research. And now when I click here, I can right click, and then there will be black. I can left click and disband. I will not disband. I can also right click again and get them red, so they will not be using production here. If you can see that, using both manpower and production. They use 2 manpower for each infantry unit and 1 manpower for these militia units here, garrison militia. And I will right click, only use right click here and this, so you won't make any mistakes. You will get a chance on when you left click to say not disbanding. Right click, right click. You could say I will not use the sub now because I need the points on research. You will be able to get this, and you can also say I will wait for this battleship because I'm not going to use it. I will use, you can see the industry. This is all they got. We need them to build more and to get the production working. And of course subs is good, but they're not that good right now. They need to have research to be better, else you will just get the units damaged and not destroy them. We use some industry for that, but destroyed it's much better. So I will actually keep these subs like this and this like this too, and wait a little bit. I have 1 sub out. So of course the sub, when you build them, they're from here, so why not just use it, because the research is not on our side here right now, so we'll just use it a little bit later. Eastern, I will fix that already, and this and this. These will also be quite good to get, but you can only get 1 right now. And this is the bombers. They are normally here, and they are quite good if you research them, not like they are now. So sometimes you will actually just say I will need a tank in Spring 40 instead. That would be much better, but it's up to you, of course. And this is the right click always. I will say why not get this done. And you can see This is the population. Western Poland, you just got that right now. Nothing really. Austria, you can get that working right away. And Czechoslovakia. And normally with Czechoslovakia, I like to see 3 tanks here too. But look at that now, and that's not that good. And you can just put it on hold. Because right now, you also need to have, and that is really, really important, the research. You can only get 1 in the beginning here, but I will start to research right away. I know this is costly, and it's really, 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 really hard to figure out that this is not easy for the cost, but I like to do this. It's really important for this. It's not these, but the production here of these units. Also, this to get these units up right away. I like these to be the main attack against land units, stuff like that, because they can really get far ahead. And you can also produce these guys, but the problem with them, they will not be able to move that far. These are better against with the range there, and sometimes I can use it, but we do not have the points right now for this to get, and I will not even work with. I normally work with this also, just get 1. You can get 1 minus to next turn, but I also like to get the tanks working. So there's so many things that you want to have, and the tank is much more important to have than anything else. Even the planes, this bomber range, but this is like, I need to go in and say production. I will wait with 1 more, maybe the plane here. The fighter. Or maybe this one. Because you really, really want to have the tanks up and going. Research. You also want a lot of other things here. Maybe I will just, but this is so important to have. You also want this artillery to work against ships and to be better against tanks, but right now we do not have that option. When you get 1 in research, you will be able to steal research from the others also. And of course, land units is really important right now to get that up and be 6 as soon as possible. Let's see if there's any more right now. No. That is all you can do. Look at that. You can actually -1. You can do that a few times, but that's also all. And then there's nothing here. You can see 7. That's 7 left. That will only be 3 more infantry or 3 more units here. Let's see. The tank will use 2 also. So it's not that. It will use 2. Everybody will use 2. There will be 1 not in production here. I'm not sure which one it will be. Maybe I should just wait here, but that's the way it is right now. I could just fix this rail, I will not. That would be 80. Look at that. That's because mostly the Italian population or the Italian government sent you some resources to that. That's really important. But again, go in, and here you see 15 men. And you will use a lot of this next turn, and you have not produced anything. I've not produced anything here now. So you got 10. And it will be good to get 1, 2 Chinese, 1, 2 there, and 1, 2 there, and then put that a little bit up, and then 1 more. Now it's 48. This is not a lot, but let's hope this is enough, and we've used all the resources. It will also say if you have not used everything, it will actually inform you about that. And now we have to look at the Japanese to make sure That's not this one. This is this one. To make sure that attack is computer controlled the first time, and that it's just because it's really irritating for me just to use all the troops, move over here, and then attack there. But they already got this area. Normally they attack this area, so that's a little bit down here. They will use all these and to get that. But let's just end the phase, and here we got 1 fighter, 3 infantry, 1 tank, 1 paratroopers, and 1 artillery, and 1 tank more. So it's 2 tanks, 1 Czechoslovakia, and 1 in Western Germany, and that would be ready. And now they are starting to bomb away, and they're forced to retreat from battle because it's the planes doing this. And here they attacked with a lot of troops. Look at that. And they destroyed 3. This is a special with these guys in China. If there's 1 unit or 0 units, they will still pop up a lot of militia, and you have to fight them. If you lose and have to retreat from this area, that is really tough, because then they will have like 5 or 6 militia troops just in the area. So remember that when you attack China, someone trying normally just make a front here and not going in, but look at all these resources here. That is nice to have all these resources. So that's why Japanese also want them. That's why they took Manchuria for resources. But this was a good attack. They lost everybody. They had 1 damage, so that would be produced in the industrial complex here. I think there's 1 here also. Maybe there's even 1 other place, but I think there's 2. But look at this. Japan takes China province, and this is now 2 for United States to go into the war there. And now that was what they did. And this is quite good when they do this attack. And they also took 2, you can see down there in the resources, they got 1 there, and they fixed the both. So normally I just let them do that, and sometimes lose something, so I don't have to use all these to attack. And it's just like, you could do that yourself. You can also say, I will not go against China. I will actually build up against here in Southern Asia and on the east front of the United States. But let's just go in and remove that next time, so you are in control instead, because that is really irritating. And if they have another attack and try to do something stupid here, here you will not have any chance to move anything, because the moving phase has just been over. But look at that, 39 only. They do not have that much, Japan, of these resources. They were really pressure on resources. But up here you can see in Manchuria, you can see 3 resources. That's what they want to get that area, because there was a lot of resource. That's why they attacked China up here in 37. So that's really important to remember, that these 3 resources means a lot. They got 1 there, 1 there, now 1 there, and 1 there. And there's also 1 here, but they have to be repaired. You can look at that, 2 there, like in Eastern Germany. And this is aircraft carriers. Look at that. They got 3 here, and 3 planes, but of course they are not that used right now in the game. And they have paratroopers. Look at this. This got a star here. So, and none of the planes got anything, because they didn't get anything in there. There's 1 star here, but that's mostly because of the Manchuria. They got that up there. This is something, I cannot move it now, but the Russian will not attack this area. But you can see the red guy here. That means if I move 1 away here, then there will not be enough men here. Then the Russian will be able to attack, and because they're like too few, then will attack. Actually, they were fighting here in one of the fronts where Sukhov actually had the command and won a big and huge defense against the Japanese. The Japanese just poured in men, but the Russians were really good to just looking at the situation, because Sukhov was a really good general there. So he was out here, at that time. I cannot move anything. I can see here that's a lot of light fleet, and oh, they also got 2 stars here, but that's not because they won anything, it's just because they had them to begin with. Let's see here. This is the production. You can also see the breakthrough. Nothing is done yet. Everything is black, so it's not done. Here you can see you can research, and it is important to research, but you don't have that many points. So go over here, look at all these troops they're producing. That's 16 and 16, so we need to open up a little bit here. Honshu, transport. You can get this working, but normally you will start to get this to work. It will cost, look at that, it costs so much. Maybe like that. Not all of them, because you need to have research available also. So let's go to research, and this is important. Land, and this one. That's the most important one. The sub is also important, but mostly it's important to get these guys up at the sub here. And also these planes. Oh. This is the bomber, right? But as you can see, it says, whoa, there's still 2, but there's no resources left. So that's not working right now. As you can see, there's 2 here, but the industry is not that good right now. They have the resources, but the industry is not good enough right now. They will change later. So maybe... Oh, that's all production. That's why I can't do that. I will just say, don't go for that. Maybe even... Don't go for that, but go for that instead. Then it will be moved. No, I will not do that. Because then you have a chance to get it done. And this is so important to fix this, but it will be good to make research on all the units here, and also you will have 2 movements on this plane, but you will not use those as much. I am not using them as much, and I will mostly use these guys here, but they have been changed. Before, if you did not take this mod, then you will be able to get them flying all around with these carriers, but here you cannot change it, it's just fighting. So it can be a little bit hard. You can only move 2. That's what you can do for these carriers. So it's good they changed it, because it will be a little bit cheating of moving them that much. You can just do that quite fast in this game, and the AI will not use that. So it's quite good done, this, but again, that's the way it is in this game. Let's see here. You do not have anything. Just press here. You can see there's still production, but you will use that for this instead. That will be mature, because you need to have some transport, some extra points. You will not get any like Germany gets. So let's just keep it at this. In the phrase. And see, they got 10, and then they built 2 men and 1 transport. And here, now you hear the Soviet song in the background, will let you know. And this is 2 points now, so you may straight move 1 frozen unit. And they did. And look at this. They steal a lot of technology from Germany, Japan, and China. Steal tactical bomber evasion from Japan, fighter air attack from Japan, and 1 for China. These are really good at this, and they built only 3 units, but got some more supplies in and fixed some areas. And here, whoa, this is China. They got evasion up to 5 and built 1 unit, and that's probably the unit that was damaged. And now we are it's 4, because they got 2 in the die roll there. So it's 4 now. And now is Britain. Britain do nothing really. But you can see resources from Congo, Sumatra, a lot of things. Brazil. These are learning allies. And you can see, wow, they already get 6 now. And evasion 5. So the infantry is much better now. And if they had that against us in Poland, that would be a little bit different. You can see down here, this is what they produce. But down here, solid attack Finnish border region, +2 militia in Finland. That's the one I was talking about at the beginning. Maybe that will happen. That normally happens. Finland shift ProAx. Now we get extra ProAx +2 militia. So they have actually attacked the borders here. So they get 3, they have 3 militias and 1 infantry and 1 artillery. So now they're ProAx. That means you will get all the production from them next time. And now we got the sub out here, and we got all the units. And we can see at the production here how it is. 1 point. That's no one here got extra points from last turn. So it's not any extra. I will get this up and running as soon as possible. Look. And didn't lose any. 48 only. But we will get a lot here. As you can see, there's a lot of transport out here. And we will get the chance to attack. Look at that. That will cost 2. But we will attack as soon as possible to get this in the fall. Attack this area. We could also wait to spring. But why wait when you have this opportunity here? We could move these troops in here. We could also attack. They got a lot of troops here, but let's just take that 1 tank and look at all these infantry guys here. And artillery is also needed. Take these against the planes. And is there any more? There's these 2 here. They can move in like this because it's on the rail. And this is of course needed too. And these 2. And soon there will not be any movements left. That will not be possible to move. Now it's illegal move. Look at that. That's no more rail. I could fix one of these rail again and get it up working like this. But then again, why? Because the situation is that if I move too many from this area, then it will be red and I will not be able to move units in there. So I should just do this. And this fighter should move up next time instead of attacking, because then I have to move it back. You can see the difference here, 42, 0.42, not that much going on there. I could move 1 more of these. That's 5, 6, 4. But that's because it's good against tanks, also against land infantry. That's 0, 4, 2, 5, 4, 1, 0, 4, 2, 0, 4, 4. That's so little change here. So maybe these 2 is not needed. Let's see here. Can you see that? That's so little difference. 48. 42. So maybe just 1. Also because it costs points. And that is 6 plus. Let's just. This is nothing. Look at that. That's nothing like it's working really let's just keep it at this. And then attack. Yes, we clear war. And look at this now. Venezuela is now pro-learned. Hungary pro-allied. Mexico and Norway allied learning. So that's a lot. They get a lot of points there. But look, they destroyed everything. Not even one retreat, nothing. All is destroyed. And then, whoa, now they actually had a destroyer there. Light fleet. So we need to do something about that. I could just take that out now. And that out now too. And say, try to attack. Probability of success not that high. But we got it. It was 1, but still, they're not that good at getting ships right now. But we got that ship. That's really important to get. So they don't have extra ships. Let's just look at... We can look at the dies here. The die cast. Which one got it? You can see this one actually got a star doing this. And you can see it's Dutch. And the points here. And how much damage it did. You can always see here. Bonus side +1, double bonus for indirect attack. You can really go down to all these details here. And that's also really good at this game. And see how the hits were. And you can also say, okay, I just won the battle there. And you can see this has now 1 star. And it can move 1, 2, and it also attack Paris. If you get Paris, then you get whole of France. But you won't do that before fall, before spring, because of winter. It's not good to attack. But you can always attack this, but you have to be careful because they can also go up and attack here, and all even move all in men in here. So you have to have a lot of these troops, not to get cocky. We can just fix one of these, and you can also fix one of these and say, whoa, why not move it all in here? But I'll just do this here, and then next time you want them to be in here, but you don't want them to be like moving in right away, because you also want these units to be protected here without getting all these tanks in. So you have to look, what will Western Europe get? They will get 1 tank only. So you will have 2 tanks, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 infantry. And they will be able to attack 3 tanks, 4, 5, 6 tanks, and a lot of infantry. Look at that. A lot of infantry. So you have to figure out what to do here. And normally I will say, okay, let's just get 1 unit more in here. And you can see here, don't not move extra units there. Here you get this guy here. And you can move that fighter up there. And this, you get extra 2 tanks now. That is really good. And down here, we can't move any more in, so why not just move that in here? So it's a matter of question what the AI will do, and that is different. It's not the same every time at all. It's compared to what you put in here. And now there's a lot of troops in here. That's not bad. And next time you will probably move these troops up here and cost points there. You will not move them there, and maybe they will actually ask for 1 more. So let's see. No, let's just either stay there. And now you have these troops up here, and you got this. And you can also go in and say, I want to attack this one, and they only damage that. So remember that. And luckily there was no extra points for the the war effort here. Like, it's still 6 points and 5 for Russia. So there's nothing else to do here except you can see that will be movement, but maybe not this, because you want this one to be moved. You could get one more here, because then you could actually move both of them, I hope. No. And you won't use this before next time, so we just use one to get just fix one to get 2 turns, but it will be useful later on. Now there's only 7 points left. Doesn't really matter now, because Germany will get a lot of points also for Finland now, and but still not next time, but next time we will have about, you need a lot. So this is what we have done now, and nothing else will matter here. And now you can see still the 30, 40 plus the 3, but where is Finland here? They'll probably first get that next time. And they do not have any industrial complexes, so we won't get anything really. Maybe we'll get 5 for the resource materials. So yeah, you can fix this, but I will not fix that now. It's working. You can say 51, that's okay. You can get this fixed, but I will not fix that right now. Here you can see everything, production, it's nearly the same, right? So this is more, that's why I took that in Netherlands. So you need to fix that, and that's nearly fixed. Now let's see here. These guys need to be ready. And that's Poland, Austria, Czechoslovakia. That's the 3 I made there. And we need to look at the research, but also need to do this to see if there's any more. We could fix that one. And then look at the research again. And this is really important, the research, so you have next time it will not get up, but next time again you will have the possibility to get 6 innovation with that. And let's see here. This cost a lot, but you can also do it differently. I'm just going like this because I like to have these fixed, and also go after the U-boat there. And now also the evasion. This is just the beginning, movement, and the tank, of course. When you get a little higher, when you get more, then you can actually get 2 and 3 also, not just 1. But it will take some time. The planes here needs to also be better at destroying areas here, like this. But right now I'll not go for that. I'll just keep these U-boats working. And here I will not go for that either. Even at the maybe just 1, but that costs 3 points. I will keep them for next time. It's important. And this has been built. Maybe there's some points here. Nope. But get 3 extra tanks. That will also be important. And that's it for this time. You can see everything has been fixed. I could fix this too. It will be needed later, but that's 38. And let's just end the turn there. The phrase. Whoa, it got it. As I said before, it can, in the special beginning with German, get this. I actually lacked 1 point, but it got it anyway, evasion, and that's really nice. No spies, nothing get from Germany here, and that's really irritating. The Russian will get a lot. Now we have Japan, and you can hear the song is Japanese here. And you can move the troops here. What I normally do is I move this down here. I keep the militia, they won't be able to do anything else there anyway. And I will use the men to get in the middle here. And this is transports. They are quite important too, to get like resources out. I will also take, normally I will take this militia here and move out and into that area there. Like this, and send that up there. Of course, then we can take this out here and this out here and move them in there, and also this. As you can see, that do not like moving troops away from that area, but now it doesn't matter really. And here we got a lot of troops, and this one needs to get into. And could also move this air unit. But they do not have any air unit here, as you can see, so why do that? Now we got, next time we got a lot of units here, and especially there. And this one needs to be repaired. And there's one out here, militia too, but we do not have to transport. I could use the transport. I will also be careful of these points here to be able to use them. And we can also bomb some areas here, but I will not do that. I would like to take this area next time, if that is even possible. And not now, but there will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 infantry and 3 artillery for that. And I've used everything, but I also need to get these up, and this, and this, and let's see if we can get all 4 without getting this. This is only yellow. That means that the partisans will be not that hard, but they will still attack. Here we got all of them in. Never forget this one, this area. This is just partisans. They will not be able to attack here. They won't do that. It's just partisans. And they will not be in this that good, not partisans, they're militia. They will not be that good attacking. Also down here, when you get Italy troops, they will not be good to attack. They're mostly best to defend. You will probably lose some, but again, they can 3 can win against 1, and 2 can also win against 1, but they will probably lose 1 also. So if they attack 4 against 2, they will probably lose maybe 3 or 2, and maybe even just losing 1 and then get repelled from the attack. But now this is a large army. They will not attack down here, because you can see that's +2 to use 10 points to get that fixed, and this is just 1, so I will just use 10 points to get the whole one, and not just 10 points to get it fixed plus 10 points to get it. So the resource here is good, and as I said, the industry is lesser in Japan right now, but they will rise soon to 3, and then these resources will be needed. You can also attack here already, but that will not be a good idea. Let the Germans get that, so we will get this French area here. So that will be it for this turn. Japan didn't use that much. If you see that, was mostly blue, so these 44 is still not used. And let's see here. I don't think you use anything here with I've never used anything with transport fleet, so you can see that too. So let's just end the turn there, and then now it's important again with the resource and get that up and running. And look at this. hopefully you can get that for next turn, but that's probably not something we get extra on. Let's see here. And then this one too. And that's against the American subs. That will not be good to get the subs working condition. They are really, really bad at that though, so don't get them working. These subs are not bad either, they just need to get researched. And not doing that much with these groups, because of course you need to get working, but you need troops. And as you see, Japanese do have some, but not that many again. You just need to work with what you got. Again, the States has already gotten better equipment as Enigma, like fix that, and the Germans just following. The Russian will get faster and faster this, and China will just be standard. But again, let's see here. Let's get some production going on. As you can see here, that's still 2, and we have not getting any supplies, so there's still 44. So remember that too. We can also produce more militia, and that is important with this country here. Militia is really important. That cannot be any in Handu, and there will not be anything, any troops. There will be a lot of ships next time, but no troops. So, and that's and also used a lot here, and that's because of maybe the research we need to get a little bit down, so Handu will have a chance to produce something. There we go, and then one there, and you will not have any chance of anything next time. You can see that's only 10 manpower. All manpower has been used, so we can go in now and get this up. No, that's not possible again. So we will actually not do that with Handu. We will get this plane. Planes is important, and then we'll get some more points in here. So next time these will be completed. That's also important to remember. So they get 4 more points next time, and that's of course important also. And the research will get that too. Let's just end the turn now. And it's now 7 plus die 2. Whoa! It got it. It got that attack there. So it'll be good for the next attack to get that, because the China troops has actually gotten some of it. And look at that production here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's fighter and battleship, destroyer, fleet there, and light fleet, and submarine. And now it's turn for Russia. Norway sent 1 resource to Russia. Moscow. Oh, we didn't see that. So they probably got a lot here. I just pressed too fast. And now it's 7. And they got 1. And that's also there. They only got 3, 1, 2. Western Allies spy steal heavy evasion from Germany. Not good. Soviet attack Romanian border. +4 military in Romania. German minor shift axe. Cuba, Yugoslavia. Pro-Allied government takes power. That we will see in a moment. And now it happens. Japanese now have factory production of multiplied by 3 instead of 2. Same with UK and Canada. And you ask, why not Germany? Germany will come 1 turn later, or 2 turns later, can't really remember. So they're actually a little bit slower. And they did not get the women in factory before later on in 43 or something like that, 42 or something. So they were really slow on that. So the production would, I'm not sure that points is together, but the production here will change for German, we'll say a little bit later. And they got 1, 4, 5, 6 plus a boat, and they didn't lose that much in last turn. They didn't lose anything except the troops we let them have when we attacked the Netherlands. That was neutral. So
leftist partisans have seized control of Yugoslavia. An uprising by one of Yugoslavia's many political factions has resulted in the overthrow of the pro-fascist regime that until recently held this country in its iron grip. Despite the popularity of the new government, it remains uncertain if the Axis powers will recognize it as legitimate. The only thing for sure is that a turbulent future lies ahead for this troubled Balkan state.
So now there's a problem here, and you can see also the window. This has been turned to pro-allied, so we do not get any supplies on that, and you can see it's red here, so we need to send a troop over there so it won't be bad, and that's a little bit irritating. Last time I should not send troop over, but why I did it? Because protect the line against attack from France, and that's why we did that. So we have to move one back again now and move this all the way in here. We also need to move this, and we can just do this. Look at that. So right now it's free, and we can do this. And again, these troops need to be moved up there. We could do this and then move it all the way back, but that's a little bit stupid for most parts here. That's another submarine boat. Let's just say yes to that. They have not been built out there yet. And then attack, and they only damage, and nothing to worry about there. And now it's destroyed. That's mostly because... Okay, I will actually move that down there. I'm a little afraid of this now. Maybe they will attack this with the English ships next time with these destroyers here. But why this one without any extra is because it's good in experience. I should stop this now and just turn on next time and then move the troops around. Maybe I should move the troops around, but it's a long recording, and normally I will not take this long recording, maybe 30 minutes for one turn or something like that, to get the information what's going on. Now I take a little bit more turns because nothing really happens in the beginning that much as is starting to do now. And later on we will have to attack like this, and I will explain you the different way of attacking. So thank you for watching this time, and see you next time.